Are you tired of renting? Are you thinking about buying your first home? Today, we're going to cover a lot of important points that you need to know regarding your mortgage loan. And with me today, I'm lucky to have Judy Marburger, our experienced lender. Judy.
Hi, thank you. So my name is Judy Marburger and I'm with Nations Lending, and I've been in the financial services for over 30 years and helped hundreds and hundreds of clients purchase their home. Have a lot of different programs that we're able to put people into and make sure that you have a secure loan.
Speaking of the loans, what are the different types of loans? People sometimes get confused or overwhelmed by the number of different programs that they see. What are the main differences between the different loans in terms of down payment, mortgage insurance, or even debt to income ratio?
Yes, so the main types of loans, there are three main types of loans. You're going to have a conventional loan, which typically you're going to put about 3% minimum down. You can have an FHA loan, 3.5% down, and a VA loan, which is for veterans, 0% down.
So if we have a client today that comes to you and doesn't know what type of program he qualifies for, how do you help them navigate that, and how do you give them the pre-qualification versus pre-approval? What is the main difference here?
That's a really great question. So let's just think of it in terms of DNA. So everybody has their own DNA, and along with that DNA comes your credit, comes your financial situation. So as a lender, it's my job to make sure that I fit you into the best possible program for you. And in doing so, I will give you a pre-approval versus a pre-qualification. So the difference in the pre-qualification, I'm basically listening, saying, oh yeah, you qualify for X amount of dollars. That doesn't really help you when you go to put an offer in on a property. You want to get fully pre-approved. At that point, I'm going to request documents. We're going to look at credit. We're going to look at your whole scenario and then decide what's the best loan for you. And that's something that we will talk about through the process.
Now, let's talk a little bit about buying versus renting. We all know that it's a great benefit to buy a home because it gives you the peace of mind and sense of security to own your own home. On top of that, there are a lot of financial benefits that comes with it. One of those benefits is that you have a fixed amount of payment that you pay every month that is fixed for 30 years versus when you rent, the rent increases year after year. So you secure that for the next 30 years, your monthly payment is going to be the same. Besides that, there is appreciation, which means that the value of your home is increasing with time, and that's a great benefit to homeowners. So if you decide to sell it in the future, you're not going to sell it for the same price that you bought it for. You're going to basically sell it for a higher price. And apart from that, part of your monthly payment is going towards your principal and not the interest. So you're building your equity in the home. What are some of the other financial benefits that people get when they buy their own home?
That's a great question. So some of the other benefits that go along with home ownership are you get to write off some of the interest when you do your taxes at the end of the year. Of course, always consult your tax person. Secondly, you're not paying your landlord's mortgage payment, which I think is huge. Right. And third, one of the benefits that I like is you can paint your wall blue if you like, or whatever color you like. You can do whatever you like to your home. So I think that is a huge benefit.
Thank you, Judy. Sometimes clients call me and they're afraid that they might not qualify for a loan when their credit score is low. What is your say on that?
I would recommend that they talk to a lender early on. We all have, and I'm just going to say our DNA, we all have our own DNA, and that's what your credit report is. That tells a lender a lot of things about you. And if there are some enhancements that we can make on your credit, it's good that we can do that early on. I can maybe make some recommendations. Again, Your DNA determines your program and determines your interest rate. And as a lender, it's my job to give you the best of all of those.
Speaking of the recommendation that you give to your clients to improve their credit score, this brings me to another point, which is refinance. And these days, we hear a lot of talks about this. The interest rates are record low. So a lot of people who already have their own mortgages are considering having a refinance done for their mortgage. What is your take on that?
I would have to say it's not always the best thing to refinance, but without knowing your situation, again, going back to the DNA and your plan, your goals, sometimes it doesn't make sense to refinance. I will put my clients on an annual mortgage checkup, and they can call me at any time. So it's not just the transaction, but call me anytime and I can run numbers for you really quick and recommend to you whether I think it's a good thing or a bad thing, and talk about your current situation.
And that's the importance of working with a lender that has a lot of experience, so they know how to direct you and how to give you a recommendation based on your specific needs, because there is no one solution that fits everyone. So
Correct.
That's really important to keep that in mind when shopping for a lender. Judy, if we have a client that wants to buy his home in 6 months from now, where do they start?
That's a great question. So what they would want to do is to reach out to myself or Ragda, and we will sit down and do some planning to figure out what the best course of action is for that particular client and move them into the pre-approval process.
Exactly. So when you get in touch with me or Judy, we're gonna work as a team to give you the pre-approval letter and then take it to the next step, which is looking at homes, and then continue the whole real estate process, which I'm gonna cover in a different video later on. So I think we have covered most of the important points. Do you have anything else to add?
I would say if you have any questions regarding purchasing your home, regarding loans, reach out to Ragda or myself, and we're more than happy to give you all the information that you might need.
I hope that we answered some of the questions that you might be thinking of regarding the lending process. Stay tuned for more videos from us. We will have our contact details at the end of this video, so make sure you reach out to us if you need additional information. We hope that you enjoyed this. Have a great rest of your day.
Have a great day.